Hi, internet people. So this Fangirl Freakouts video is all about the web series Swerve. So Swerve is just 6 episodes, and it's on Skeleton Key Films. So it is a YouTube channel. You can check out the series there. Admittedly, it is super short. Some of the shows I talk about on here are kind of long hauls. This one you can watch all 6 episodes in about an hour. Yeah, super short. They actually released it all in 1 week. So they did Monday through Saturday, every night at 9 p.m. they released a new episode. So what was really cool is that Net TV Now, which is a website, and Twitter, I think they have a couple other things, but I know for a fact that they're specifically on Twitter and they have a website. They hosted chats with cast and crew connected to the show before the episode started. So that was really awesome. So for 6 nights, the 6th night was sort of a surprise. So for the 5 main nights where you got a brand new episode, you got to tune in as long as you use the hashtag SwerveNTN. You could get questions answered or like try and figure out what was going on in the series by talking to some of the cast and crew. Jason Armstrong, yes, I'm making sure. I'm so bad at names. Yeah, Jason Armstrong, who is the director and writer of the series, he answered a lot of questions. Some of his answers were just really funny answers, so they'd be like goofy responses. There were discussions of bears and a couple other things, but that was really cool, especially night 1. Leading in, because you didn't really know what was going to happen. They didn't want to give any spoilers, so that was really cool. Jason has been great. He's been tweeting on and off all week. So even if you weren't tweeting during the official like half-hour chat time, you could catch him after. We actually did a little bit of a live tweet. Well, we did a full live tweet of the whole series on Sunday, and he actually popped in for part of it and was like favoriting and retweeting, commenting a little bit. So that was really cool. We also had, see, I'm pulling these up because I don't want to screw up people's names. We had Sharon Bell, Kat Inaki. Oh, I probably butchered the crap out of your last name. I'm so sorry. And then Emily Elatalo. I can't pronounce last names at all. Literally the only one I know how to pronounce specifically is Sharon Bell, because it's just Bell. So I'm sorry if I butchered your last name. I'm so sorry. I'm really bad at names. But Sharon and Kat were on pretty frequently and chatting with fans. That was really cool. We got some retweets, some like insight from the cast. But okay, the series is specifically focused, Swerve, on 3 women: Elise, Jen, and Stevie. So Elise, Sharon Bell's character, does a voiceover intro for every single episode. And she is the character we get more insight from, and she's actually the character who sort of leads the narrative. So everything is focused on what she, almost entirely on what like she's experiencing. So we frequently don't see Jen or Stevie by themselves. When we do, it's because Elise is leaving. But there is a moment in episode 5, chapter 5, where we do see Stevie and Jen alone, where Elise is not there. That is the only time where we really see them without Elise present. So she's that like center focal point for the series, is Elise, which is really cool because then we don't entirely know what's going on with Stevie or with Jen. The series starts with Elise leaving her job at the Yates Motel. She leaves, and when she leaves, she's sort of looking for a ride. She's not really sure where she's going to go, and then Jen picks her up, and the 2 of them wind up going to this cabin in the woods together, which admittedly, cabin in the woods, you would think would be a huge, like, no thanks. But the 2 of them wind up in this cabin in the woods, and then when they're at the woods, they have a super surprise encounter with Stevie, who happens to be on the, like, deck of Jen's cabin. So from that point on, the 3 women are together, they're sort of bonding, they wind up spending a month together. Now, within that month, we get to see them growing together. Before the final episode, a character from earlier in the series, who I'm not going to specify, does show up again. So there is a 4th character. He's not super present. He's only in episode 1 and then in episode 5. Yeah, only in episode 5. So there is another character that does show up. I don't want to say too much because if I do, it will reveal way too much. So Swerve is a lot like watching a full thriller movie, but if you condensed it down to literally the basic aspect. Like, that sounds, it's not the best explanation, but Swerve is something where you can't tell what's going to happen. You literally swerve while you're watching the show. Like, you can't tell exactly what's going to happen the entire time. You do know that there is someone who receives a phone call and that this phone call has to be connected to one of the 3 women that we've met, but you don't know how, you don't know when that's going to happen, besides within a month span. So it's actually really cool because you know that something dangerous is going to happen based off that first contact. So that first conversation outside of the women with the gentleman on the phone involves what sounds like a hit, but you don't know like who it's connected to, what is going on, why it's happening. You just know that he gets a call, he's gonna handle it, and that's it. So you will see when you watch it. It's really like watching a movie, especially if you watch all 5 core episodes in a row. Episode 6, or chapter 6, is an addendum, so you have to watch it at the end because it goes back and reveals something about earlier in the series that you wouldn't have known because you couldn't hear it. So it's so good. It's very on edge. You don't know what's going to happen. You get very invested in the characters because you're watching these 3 women grow together and bond and relate, and it's so great watching them interact together. The acting is amazing, but you can't tell when that fatal moment from episode 1 is going to actually come to fruition. Like, you don't know. So you're like on edge the entire time. And there are so many cliffhangers, but they're so good. Like, each episode ends on a cliffhanger and you cannot guess what's going to happen. You really can't. Like, don't even try. The music is amazing. So good. A bunch of us actually asked if there was going to be like paid CDs or some sort of downloadable playlist. We had heard that we would get links to music, so I don't know exactly when that's going to happen or how it's going to work, but I really hope we get them because all the music is amazing. I think one of my favorite songs in it is actually in the start of Addendum. I don't know the name of the song. It's like Birds Flying High. You know that song. Please tell me you know what I'm talking about. It's a cover of that song. It's so pretty. The writing is amazing. Like, the writing feels so concise and so perfect. Like, when you rewatch it, you can see so many subtle hints to what's happening, like the full connected plot, that you'll just be awed that you missed them the first time. There's also some hints to some other Skeleton key film things, especially Inspiration. There is a direct reference to their Inspiration movie that is coming out. It's airing in Toronto, and I forget when. I can't go because I don't live in Toronto, but I would really, really love to see that movie. So hopefully we get to find out when that will be available too. But yes, definitely go watch Swerve. It's so well written, so well performed. You just need to watch it. It makes me feel like the thing that you should suggest to anyone who's never watched a web series before. If you want to be like, web series, this. And as soon as they watch that, they will want to watch more web series. Like, it's the perfect, like, watch it thing. It's so good. I will link the channel down below so you can watch Swerve. You can also check out some of their other content. They have 9 Days with Cambria, the Inspiration trailer. There's other stuff too. They have other things, but 9 Days with Cambria is good too. I haven't specifically talked about it on here, but it is a really good web series. It also involves all of the actresses from this series, or from this one. Yes. But yeah, I will definitely link that down below so you can check it out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, please subscribe. You can find me on Twitter at CluffNotes, on my blog, cluffnotes.wordpress.com. I write for the Nerdy Girl Express, thenerdygirlexpress.com, or in their Snapchat, the Nerdy Girl EXP, and I post recipes on the iZombie Support Group site, iZombieSupportGroup.com. Bye, Internet people.